What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers. Today we have a cooking video. Check these bad boys out. We got some rack of lamb. I figured there's only one way to do these guys justice. And how do you think we should cook them, Chris? What do you think? Okay, well, I'm glad you said that because out here, only one way to do these rack of lambs justice. Racks of lamb or racks of lamb? Or I said both ways. Rack of lambs or racks of lamb? How do you say it?
Racks of lamb.
Racks of lamb. Maybe that's how you say it. Only one way to do it justice. That's Kamado Joe. Let's fire this up. Let's go. All right, so we've got our Kamado Joe fired up. We're gonna let that warm up. While we're letting that warm up and getting ready, we're gonna prep these. So there's not a lot of prep work with these. Like any sort of ribs, same with like beef or pork ribs. We wanna get that membrane off the back of here. So you can just peel it off. It comes off pretty easy. All right, so you don't have to take a lot of this fat off because a lot of that's gonna render down. And on lamb, it's kind of fatty anyways, but there's a couple pieces that are just kind of annoying me. So I'm just gonna get some stragglers here that are just kind of irritating me. You wanna leave fat on there, but you don't want fat that isn't gonna render down. So that fat, if it's too much fat, it's not gonna cook down into the meat. And then you're just left with a really fatty product at the end, and that's not what we want. We want the fat to give us good flavor. That's what we're after. All right, you guys are probably no stranger to this rub. This is the SPG beef dry rub, but I love it on lamb because it's really simple. Lamb, I don't like a ton of extra flavors going on. It's essentially salt, pepper, garlic. Because this is a full rack, we can be very generous with it. Kind of press it in, get both sides really heavily. All right. These are ready to go on, so let's go get our Kamado Joe set up. All right, we got ourselves a nice smolder going. You can see it in here. So the way I'm gonna set this up today is I'm gonna set it up for a two-tiered indirect cooking method. So the way I do it is I'm gonna put this deflector plate on here. That way it's gonna stop direct flame from hitting our meat while we're reverse searing it. And I'm gonna put our cast iron plate down here. It's got our half moon cast iron plate. That's what we're gonna finish or sear on. And then we'll put one rack up here for our original smoke. That's gonna allow, see that smoke kind of coming around here? That's gonna allow that smoke flavor to lock into the lamb. And then we'll finish them over here once this cast iron pan gets nice and hot. Let's get that lamb on there. All right, so we're just gonna let them sit here and kind of just do their thing for probably half hour or so. We want these medium rare, like any lamb, but let the smoke flavors lock in. Now we just sit and wait. Why Kamado cooking so cool? Well, one, the charcoal flavor. I really do think it adds some superior flavor when you're smoking. And then two, the versatility that you can do with this. So the way that we set it up, I'll give you guys a quick little peek. You're not supposed to do this, but let's take a little peek here. Oh yeah, you can tell these are gonna get some good smoke flavor. But the ability that we could reverse sear, we can sort of slow cook up top and then sear on the bottom. It just gives us so much versatility. We can cook steaks over, we could cook steaks over direct flame. You can cook with deflectors and just go low and slow. You can smoke. You can throw wood chips in if you want an even smokier flavor. I mean, the options are endless. That's why Kamado Joe or any really Kamado cooking is so awesome and why we prefer to cook on our Kamados so frequently. All right, so these are about done smoking, not quite yet. I'm gonna leave them on a few more minutes. But in the meantime, our cast iron tray down here has been getting hot. But what I'm gonna do to start ramping it up is open everything wide open, try to get this temperature up so we have a really, really hot fire underneath that cast iron pan. All right, we're rapidly approaching 400. Oh yeah, I bet you our cast iron's hot enough now. So let's get some butter on there. Oh yeah, let's let these sear off now. So there's two methods to the madness. There's reverse searing and searing. The pros of reverse searing is starting slow before that meat is seared off. That's what's gonna get that charcoal flavor infused into your meat, and then you finish with the sear. The advantage with searing straight out the gate is, to me, I think that's gonna lock in the juices the best and give you the juiciest meat. So a reverse sear, you try to find, you know, something in the middle there. All right, they're ready. It could be overcooked a little bit even, let's see. All right, moment of truth. Only one way to know how good we did, and that's to cut into them. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that right there. See that nice pink smoke ring? That means we got some nice smoke flavor. What I like to do, take a little salt. I like to hit it with a little salt, both sides. This nice crunchy part, let's try it. Oh, that's a 10. That is an absolute 10. Doesn't get any better than that, I promise you. That is dynamite. 10?
It's fantastic. Oh yeah.
How'd I do?
I would give you 10.
10? This is just absolutely delicious. This is honestly one of the best things I've made here at Embers. And you notice this video is not that long, and it's not that complicated, right, Chris?
No, not at all.
All you need is a good quality cut, and you need good equipment. Pretty hard to screw it up. So we got our greens, we got our lollipop lambs, and the only thing that's gonna make it better, grab your favorite IPA. Honestly, if this was evening, you know what a good way to do would be like a nice Cabernet, like a nice red wine. I'm not gonna drink red wine at work. Probably a bad idea. But I did grab my favorite IPA, have a swig of that. Doesn't get any better than that. Throw a little salt on this. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Stay tuned for more videos. Pretty awesome stuff.